G'day, Nick here from Animal Engineering. Welcome back to the channel. So I finished off yesterday, kind of fair shitting myself really, when I was cutting that inner panel that goes along the side. And I've had a bit more of a look at it, and I think that what I was doing is wrong, and that panel does come off with the roof. So I should probably point out that I have no panel beating experience whatsoever. So I'm just sort of running a bit blind here, just trying to work it out as I go. But yeah, so I think today's episode will be concentrating on get the glass out, try and get prepped ready for taking the roof out. There's still a lot of inner structure in the front there, inside, that needs to come out. So basically, I know at the start I said I wasn't building a hot rod, but at the same time I want to do this thing properly. So I really need to get all the pieces pulled apart so that I can get to the rust and repair it properly and then put it all back together. So there's no point in really doing this project without separating it all, like you see up in the joins of the roof. So up in here, you just can't get to it without pulling the roof off. So it is rusty in that up in there. So if I just leave the roof on and then just try and patch it and fix it and paint it, eventually that rust is just going to come straight back through, which is no bueno. So I really need to get the roof off, get these side panels off. Once they're off, I can do all the repairs to the bottom. So there's a lot of rust down in the guard there. So I can fix all that up on the bench and make it a lot easier. Also these front corner panels here, you can see there's a lot of rust in the corner here. So the bottom section here goes under the top section. So I really need to get this top section off, do the repairs on that, so I can access the bottom section, do the repairs on that, and then put it all together. So I've been sort of buzzing around with the grinder, and you can see sort of here the old lead work and up here. So basically that comes apart there and that goes off with the roof. There's a little small weld over here, so I need to cut that, and then this piece will come off as one bit, and I can do the repairs on that. And yeah, so that's sort of the game plan. I need to get the whole thing completely pulled apart, and then I can do the repairs and put it back together. And then once I've got the shell that I will be using on the new chassis all rust repaired and put back together, then I'll look at stripping the Commodore and making the chassis up. So yeah, today we'll be getting these windows out, stripping everything down. Possibly might be a longer episode than normal. Might see if I can get the whole way through to actually getting the roof off. So yeah, we'll make a start. I think we'll start off by trying to get the glass out, and then that could give me better access to inside. Let's put a bit of this old cloth tape here, sort of colloquially known in Australia as the old rape tape. Bit of a bad name, but yeah, it's sort of what everyone calls it here. So just chuck that on. You can see the window's got a fair few cracks in them already, so just want to try and keep them together as much as I can, so hopefully we'll be able to make a pattern off them later. That's the first bit of glass out, so safe to say that rubber's been attached to the van for a very, very, very long time. Boom, got him. So yeah, should be able to hopefully put this to the side, and when the glass guy comes to do the make all the new glass, they should be able to use the template to just cut some new glass out for us. Alright, well that didn't take too long. Got all the windows out. It was a bit of a mission. That rubber was pretty shagged, but yeah, I've as you can see, made a fair old mess there with the old rubber. So first thing I would have came out this morning, I spent about half an hour having a bit of a clean up. So before I go on to the next step, I'm just going to have a quick clean up, get rid of all this rubber on the ground, and then yeah, we'll carry on. Clean up. There's a couple minutes, so now I'm not walking around in big chunks of hard rubber and getting irritated. So yeah, we've got all the glass out now, so my next mission now is to start stripping all the interior. So we've got all that's over here where the steering column is and the old gauge cluster and that. There's the panels down on the side there and the one on this side. So we'll go through, get them stripped out. So yeah, one thing I do love about these old vans, and I'm going to try and keep as much of the interior looking original as possible. So like pieces like this bit, these are pretty cool. They got like these sort of hinged vents on the top and on both sides. So they're like your old school heater, air conditioning sort of deal for your windows. And then take that off. The two heater hoses that I was cutting off when I was lifting the body off the chassis actually came up to a little radiator in here, and this is the fan, just simple as hell. And then yeah, that goes up through those vents and then into the window. So I'm going to hopefully try and keep systems like this in place. We'll see how the stuff from the Commodore actually works, but if I can try and keep this main structure and those old school vents the way they are, that'd be pretty awesome, I think. So anyway, we'll carry on stripping all this out, and then yeah, we'll see how we go. Just trying to work out how all this is held together up here. Seems like a lot of spot welds and tacks on the inner structure, so looks like it's all sort of spot welded around the windscreen here, so I'm gonna have to wire wheel that back and find them spots and drill them out. Just found a random bit of fishing rod in the old dash there. Sort of brings me to another point. When I imported this car, the company that I used, so got it sent from Texas and Bogota, and then it went, I can't actually remember where it went, but it went to another port, and I got charged a cleaning fee there. And then when it got to Perth, I got charged another cleaning fee. So I got charged 2 cleaning fees on this van, and there's a cupboard up the top here. That was full of rubbish when I got it, when I picked it up and brought it home. I actually still have some bits down in the like little cubby down here. There's actually still some stuff in here. So, bottle. Some little wind-up crocodile thing. It still works. Nah, doesn't work, but yeah, that's in there. Ooh. Malice, some cologne. We'll give that a go. As you can see, I actually haven't been through this stuff before, but some cologne. Oh. I don't think you're going to pick up the ladies with this stuff. But yeah, if you see that in the shop, don't buy that. Holy dooly, you'll stay single for a while, I think. Put that in the rubbish bowl. What else we got in there? Film can. A few random chess pieces. That's from the loaner that was using the cologne. I think he was sitting at home playing chess by himself, wondering why he couldn't hook up. But yeah, anyway, I got charged 2 lots of cleaning fees on this, and quite clearly no one had been anywhere near it. It hadn't been cleaned. There was cobwebs, dirt, crap all over it. So yeah, anyway, we'll carry on. We'll get this heater out of here. Oh no, he's got a broken jaw. Oh, save me. Anyway. Always clean your slop. There you go, one Metro heater. So this is the old handbrake. Gonna try and fix this up, and I'll actually reuse this on the other side, try and keep it looking as original as possible. Alright, well that might have to stay on for a little bit longer. There's actually can't get the other side of the bolts there, they're spinning, there's like a panel underneath. But looks like we're gonna have to take this trim off the door that comes in front of this panel, and there's two screws up the back there. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. So yeah, we'll do that, we'll take that trim off. Got him. Alright, so quick update. I've been at it for another couple of hours, I suppose. Got the headlights out the front, all the windows are out, as seen before. Got the little flappy bit that goes here out, that's sort of over here. That's pretty trashed. The hinge mechanism and everything's pretty sketch. So you can see it there. So that's going to need a fair bit of attention, just that one piece once I get around to it. But yeah, been moving forward. Got that trim off the other side. Couple of bits off inside there. Slowly getting there. Just been down to Tool Mart. They sell these bits by themselves. So they only had one in stock. And I've ordered another 5 and I'll pick them up tomorrow. So this is what are we on now? A GFB. So we'll see how these GFB ones go. But yeah, we're getting there, plugging away. I'm just gonna pretty much just smash every screw I can see out. And yeah, basically just keep going until this one breaks, I guess. Just get as many screws out as I can. It's seeming at the moment there's a fair old mixture of screws and spot welds on everything. So a lot of pieces have several screws, but then also a lot of spot welds. So I'm gonna have to get a few more bits out with the screws and then do the epically fun task of wire wheeling rust and crap off the body. So not super looking forward to that. But yeah, anyway, we'll carry on. It's got the trim on the other side there to get off, same as this side. And then I think generally most of the rest of it is all spot welded together, so we'll get that off and yeah, we'll get back to you. So it turns out the old steering box had a bit of oil left in her. She's made a bit of a mess. You can see I've cleaned up twice today and already got another mess to clean up again. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting there. Alrighty, so like I was just saying, this piece here with the old drift stickers, it's the same as, it's got a mixture of screws and welds, so there's actually, turn you around, so you can see there's a weld here, and there's actually one down in there too, which is a pain. But yeah, we have to get the grinder in there, and then there's one on this little vertical here as well. So yeah, we'll get stuck with the grind and we'll make those few cuts, and then hopefully that whole piece should come out. When in doubt, wiggle it out. Bit of a funny old piece. So this is the handbrake, the old drift stick. You can see it's all fully enclosed. So yeah, you see it's all fully enclosed. You can't actually get in there to service it and like adjust it, you know. So it's a bit crazy, really. But this bottom bit is like all spot welded to the top bit, and you can't get to the nuts on the other side of these bolts because they're inside the box. Random design. There, you can see we're getting less and less inside. There's a few screws on this side. So we've got the trim on the inside of the door there to take off, and then there's just a few random screws up along the top here. We'll get them out, and then yeah, we'll start wire wheeling and try and find all the spot welds. Alrighty, so just finished up cleaning the last of the screws and that out of the front area of the Metro here. So now it's time. See, it's all, there's not much left of it, but yeah, I've got all these trim bits off both sides. Everything on what was the driver's side will now be the passenger side is gone. There's still this tub here which seems to be welded in. I'll sort that out later on, but yeah, I've got everything else out. All the screws are out from up along the top here in the far corners. So everything else now is just spot welds holding the front on. So it is now wire wheel time. So I'm going to go hit the whole front. So I'll go over the whole thing. Yeah, just wire wheel the whole front end and down through where all the lead is. I'll wire wheel all that lead off to get to the welds. So yeah, we'll get stuck into it. Alrighty, going in. See how rotted out that corner was once I sort of knocked the top off the paint. Fair bit of work to do there. Alrighty, so I spent a little bit of time being around with the wire wheel. I started wire wheeling the whole lot and then really just decided that I'm going to be sandblasting everything anyway, just to get all the rust and clean them up properly. So I boycotted that idea. There's no point in wire wheeling the whole thing when it's just going to get sandblasted anyway. So I've just been around and wire wheeled in all the window areas where the spot welds are, so that way I'll be able to see where the spot welds are so I can drill them out to get the panels apart. So yeah, you can see in here there's spot welds all the way around. So yeah, been through all the windows there. So you can see inside there's some spot welds here and along here, and it's just held up with screws along the top there, and yeah, then all down this edge and hit the side. There's little spot welds as well. So yeah, that's basically the whole front end done and complete. Everything's out that needs to be out. I've done all the wire wheeling, so I can see where all the spot welds are that need to be drilled out to separate all the frontal panels. So yeah, the next step really before we can look at taking the roof off is we need to move around to the back and start attacking the doors. So you've got a bit more of the old original lead work there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the next mission is to get both these doors off. So yeah, these doors are pretty awesome. They got a real simple little mechanism for opening and closing them. See, this door here is a bit trashed. fair old dent in this door, so that's going to need a fair bit of attention, but the other door's fairly good really. There's a little hole down on the bottom corner there, but other than that, rust wise, there's no big holes or anything in them. All the latches and everything still work, so I'll be maintaining and just sort of reconditioning all the factory hardware there and keeping that in place. So yeah, basically we've got in the hinges here, there's a couple of pins there to knock out. They seem pretty rusted, so we're going to be hitting on them a fair bit to get these doors apart. But yeah, that's sort of the next phase, get these doors out and then get the wire wheel and on these lead areas and expose the welds so we can cut the roof off. Clean your slot. As I suspected, they're rusted pretty solid in there, so it's going to throw a bit of heat on them and see if we can get them crack free that way. So that worked out really well. We'll do that on the other three and should make the job pretty easy really. See, they're using the right method and putting a bit of heat into those hinges, even though those pins probably haven't been out for 50 odd years. Heat them up, expand them, let it break that bond free of the rust. Yeah, pop out easy as. Yeah, now we'll just go around, do a bit of wire wheeling, clean up. We'll expose these welds up the top here where the lead is, and then we should be in pretty good shape to lift the roof off. Alright, so we'll just get stuck in and wire wheel for an hour or so. Alright, well, I think I'm going to leave it there. We've got, you can see I've exposed the seams where all the welds are that I need to cut to get the roof off. So, the two seams up the top there, and then in this rail there's a couple of spots like that. There's only a few tacks down the whole thing. Actually, there's only about 4 tacks on there that hold this whole corner panel onto. There's actually a middle frame here. So that should be fairly easy to take off. There's just this trim here, and I'm guessing there's going to be some more tacks or something inside there as well that we'll need to break free once we find them. But I think as a whole for this episode, we're probably going to leave it there. I did really want to try and get the roof off in this episode, but it's become pretty obvious that to get the roof off and all the rest of the panels there is a whole lot of work. So yeah, it's probably a lot more involved than I thought, actually splitting the whole thing apart, but you sort of find these things out as you're going and you're learning. So yeah, I think pretty much there's a few hinges and stuff to take off inside. I'll just get them off camera. Other than that, on the next episode we'll start drilling out some spot welds, and yeah, we'll blow this thing to pieces. Right, so I've just gone to have a bit of a clean up. since we're moving on to the next phase, and you know, I like to keep things nice and clean and tidy, but just been using the old blower there. Have a look at the mess. All the rust and just crap. Bloody hectic. In hindsight, I probably should have done that before I was under there rattling up and taking them bolts off to get it off the chassis, really. I opened up a fair few more holes in there too. Alright, carry on. So yeah, if you're enjoying the videos, give them a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your mates. Yeah, cheers for watching. I'll see you on the next episode.